In the heart of an ancient forest, as dawn's first light painted the sky in soft blues, a lone figure sat in deep meditation. Before he was the Buddha, he was a seeker, his body gaunt from years of austerity, his resolve unshakable. He sat upon a cold stone, a testament to discipline, his breath a slow, steady rhythm in the vast, silent wilderness. The leaves whispered around him, each rustle a note in the symphony of his immense inner strength. He was on the edge of a profound discovery, his spirit poised between the world of form and the formless expanse of pure consciousness. As the sun climbed higher, the forest stirred devoted disciples, their hearts full of reverence, emerged from the trees. They moved with quiet grace, their simple robes blending with the earthy tones of the woods. In their hands, they carried humble offerings bowls of milk and simple food, sustenance for a body pushed to its limits. A warm, gentle light began to spread, chasing away the cool shadows of dawn. Their faces, etched with compassion, reflected the sacredness of the moment. With a slow, deliberate movement, the seeker opened his eyes, their depths holding the stillness of the universe. He accepted their kindness, a silent exchange that spoke of support, community, and the shared path toward enlightenment. In this simple act, the stage was set for a destiny that would change the world forever. Suddenly, the tranquil scene was shattered. The sky turned a menacing shade of black as swirling storm clouds gathered overhead. From the churning darkness, demonic figures materialized. Their forms distorted and shadowy, their eyes glowing like malevolent embers. They swirled around the meditating figure, their chaotic movements a physical manifestation of fear, doubt, and desire. A fierce wind tore through the trees, and the very air seemed to tremble with their malevolent energy. They whispered temptations and screamed threats, a maelstrom of distraction designed to break his focus and pull him back into the cycle of suffering. Yet, amidst this terrifying chaos, the Buddha remained perfectly still. He was an anchor of peace in a sea of turmoil. His posture was unwavering, his expression serene. A soft, radiant light began to emanate from his body, a gentle glow that pulsed with the power of unwavering concentration. This light was not aggressive. It was a pure, steady luminescence that pushed back against the encroaching darkness. It was the light of a mind that had seen through illusion, a heart that had found its unshakable center. The demonic forces recoiled, their shadowy forms dissolving wherever the light touched them. The contrast was stark and breathtaking, the wild, desperate energy of chaos versus the profound, absolute stillness of inner peace. The battle was not fought with weapons, but with the quiet power of a mind that had mastered itself. Then, in a moment of cosmic significance, the soft glow erupted. A brilliant golden light burst forth from the Buddha, not as an attack, but as a pure expression of truth. The light was so powerful, so absolute, that the last vestiges of the demonic forms dissolved like smoke in the wind. The darkness vanished completely, and the forest was bathed in the glorious light of a new dawn, brighter and more vibrant than any that had come before. Birds burst from the trees, their songs filling the air with jubilant celebration. The leaves, the streams, the very earth seemed to rejoice in this profound awakening. The storm had passed, leaving behind a world renewed. The Buddha, now fully enlightened, sat in the center of it all. His face, once etched with the hardship of his quest, was now luminous, radiating an infinite wisdom and a boundless compassion that touched everything around him. A gentle halo of light formed around him, its soft glow spreading through the landscape, a visible sign of the profound transformation that had occurred. This was not just a personal victory. It was a moment of awakening for all of existence, a timeless instant when the path to liberation was revealed. The seeker had become the guide, the lamp had been lit, and its light was now ready to illuminate the world. Now robed in simple, golden cloth, the Buddha rose. His journey of self-discovery was complete, but his work had just begun. He began to walk, his steps calm and measured, along a long road that wound through majestic mountains and vast open plains. The path was his purpose, and every step was a teaching. He walked into the lives of the suffering, a moving beacon of hope. He offered his wisdom to the poor, not as charity, but as a shared treasure. He knelt to heal the sick, his touch a channel for universal love. He shared his food with the hungry, nourishing both body and spirit. With every compassionate act, a soft, ethereal light seemed to flow from him, transforming faces etched with despair into expressions of hope and profound relief. The world was his monastery, and every living being was his family. As his journey continued, villages and ancient towns came into view. Drawn by the light of his presence, people from all walks of life, from the youngest child to the oldest elder, gathered around him. They came with questions, with burdens, and with open hearts. In hushed silence, they listened as he spoke of the nature of suffering and the path to its end. His voice was not loud, but it carried the weight of truth, and his words resonated deep within their souls. A gentle, peaceful light seemed to blanket every scene, creating an atmosphere of harmony and deep listening. As the camera pans across the sea of faces, you can see the Dharma, the universal truth, taking root. It was a quiet revolution of the heart, spreading from one person to another, a testament to the boundless compassion that flowed from a single, enlightened being. The years passed, filled with teachings and acts of kindness. Finally, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and purple, a solemn and sacred atmosphere descended. The Buddha's earthly journey was coming to its end. Surrounded by his devoted followers, he lay down peacefully, his face serene, and entered parinirvana, the final release from the cycle of birth and death. His physical body was placed upon a ceremonial pyre, but this was no ordinary fire. The flames that rose were not fierce or consuming, but pure and radiant, a column of golden white fire that ascended gracefully into the evening sky. The air was perfectly still, filled with a sense of reverence and profound peace. The flames were a final, beautiful lasana, symbol of transformation, not destruction. As the sacred fire burned, it transformed into something more. It became a vast, luminous halo of light, expanding outward, beyond the forest, beyond the horizon. This light of wisdom transcended space and time, reaching across the centuries into our modern world. We see glimpses of this connection today. Millions of people across the globe, in bustling cities and quiet homes, gazing toward an inner light. We see them with hands joined in prayer, sitting in silent meditation, or simply moving through their day with mindfulness and compassion. The physical form of the Buddha may be gone, but his radiant compassion continues to illuminate humanity. The light of his wisdom never faded. It became a part of the cosmos, an eternal beacon of hope, forever reminding us of the potential for peace and awakening that lies within us all. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe and share this light with others.